Man, I kind of want to talk about how when God was pushing me forward to step into faith, how He had to consistently tell me not to wait on nobody else. I couldn't. You can't wait on people who aren't going on the journey with you in the first place. You can't try to bring people along that weren't meant to come with you. And I want to just talk about because I feel like there are a lot of people, because I know a lot of people, or knew in the past a lot of people who wanted to make a change in their life, but they had people like siblings, co-workers, spouses, and they just wasn't on the same page. So they wanted to wait on them to make that first move towards taking God serious. But the person on the other side was waiting on them to make that first move. So what ended up happening is you end up in a situation where you're both holding each other back when really one person should just take the lead, regardless if they start walking with you or if they start walking later. One thing God was telling me when he was saying pretty much, or showing me that there's no point of waiting for another person to come with me, was it's about intimacy with Him in the first place. You trying to bring somebody along towards something that is personal with you and God, that other person's going to get in the way. You need other people, but you don't need to view other people on the same level as God. You don't need to do that. That's sin to do that. So anybody who's waiting on somebody else to make the first move, like, oh, if we gonna do this, then let's do it together. There are some people who really can do that and it works out and y'all grow together fine. And there are other people who really aren't as motivated, really aren't as driven as you are to get to that place you want to get to. You gotta take the first step. They'll see what's going on after. They'll see how God transforms you and how you're taking it serious and you being a living reference right in front of their eyes. They're going to want to go with it. God is going to reach them through you. Sometimes it takes time. When you sow a seed, you're not trying to see it happen overnight. No. God can do miracles like that where there's an overnight change. But you can't expect that in every situation. This whole walk is a process. And you got to start the process by taking the first step. There's not going to be somebody holding your hand the whole way. And that was something that was kind of stopping me from giving my life fully to God. I wanted somebody to hold my hand the entire time. There's times where God doesn't even hold your hand. He just wants you to see your own character so you can know what to work on. If you don't know what to work on, you going to think you perfect. You going to think ain't nothing wrong with you. If you walking around with no conviction, any of those things, if you're walking around comparing yourself to somebody else's life, you're gonna feel like you're on top. There's nothing to work on. There's nobody you need to catch up to. If you're looking at people from a perspective, from a selfish perspective, I should say, because when you really start to take this walk seriously, you're gonna find people who are more mature in the area than you are, and you might feel a little sad. You know what I'm saying? You might feel some type of way, like, man, I can't wait till I stop smoking. I can't wait till I stop cussing. God don't want you to feel like that either. He is glad that you have it in you to want to do better, but you don't gotta get all emotionally depressed about something you're working towards. You don't have to do that. But the main point of this video was taking the first step. You can't wait on nobody, because sometimes you waiting ain't doing nothing else but making you feel more and more comfortable in the dark hole that you're in. Everybody is not meant to take their first step with you. They're not. Some people are going to catch up later. Some people are going to be the reason why you step up. Some people are going to be the reason why you don't want to step up. That's why it's important to be intimate with God yourself, to be in tune with what He's saying, aligning what is in His Word. There's a lot of things like taking the first step of wanting to read this, wanting to read the Bible. When you are, well, I'm talking from my perspective though. When I first tried to give my life to God, I was spiritually dead. Like, I knew stuff because of my parents, the way that they raised me, they taught me well. But personally, I didn't want to find time to read the Bible. But what God kept telling me was take the first step. Take the first step to get to know Him. And He's going to reveal stuff to you. He's going to make the habits that you want more reasonable to you, more useful to you, more enjoyable to you. Because there's times when you read this book, it ain't nothing else but a book. When you're spiritually dead, you can't get nothing out of it. It's just words. You try to put it together for your own understanding, and it makes zero sense. When the Holy Spirit gets into you after you start making those first moves, you gonna wish to tell yourself that you wish you moved earlier. I wish that when I was 17 and I was trying to find God, that I just took the time, cut all them distractions out. I probably, like, I know that God, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to say everything happens for a reason, because I really believe that God been wanting me to take this serious. I mean, I'm quite sure there's other ways He could have taught me what I know now without going through a bunch of mess. But I'm thankful that I know what I know now. But still, the point of that was saying that I wish I could have took God serious earlier, because I know that I would be way more mature than what I am right now. I know that I'll be more trustworthy in certain areas right now. But process is process. Growth is growth. I can't get mad. You know, you just got to keep going. Just like the first step, you got to keep stepping. You don't just stop and pat yourself in the back because you came from a certain position. It don't stop. This is a marathon. It's not a race. The finish line is, you know what I'm saying, when you're done, when you're no longer on this earth. That's when the finish line is. And you still don't stop there, because you still dealing with God. God goes from everlasting to everlasting, so there's no point in this Christian walk where you're really done with anything, because God, he has no ending. But I just wanted to say that, though, don't wait on nobody else to start to grow on your own journeys, to start chasing God. Chase God for yourself. Be the first one to do something. Don't be afraid to feel alone for a little second. Don't be afraid to feel like nobody else knows what you're doing, because no matter what it is, there's going to be times where people don't know what you're doing. They can't understand it. They don't have enough spiritual sense to see the value in chasing God and taking that first step and surrendering. But you know what you're doing. So go ahead. Don't wait on nobody else, because you're going to be waiting forever.